Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Running, running, no. Keep running.
I think we all kind of knew how massive this agreement would have been between Jay Garcia and Kuma. But to see Dr. Vegapunk react to everything that Jay Garcia was saying during this negotiation that Kuma and Jay Garcia is having speaks volumes for Dr. Vegapunk. Like, Dr. Vegapunk won't even with none of this stuff, bro. Dr. Vegapunk was like, bro, you're actually killing this man slowly if we do the Jay Garcia Saturn. And he was basically saying, well, I don't care. This is something he got to agree to terms with if you want to save his daughter. The amount of selfishness you got to have to actually ask somebody to do these terms, right? Jay Garcia Saturn seems like he doesn't care for humanity at all. So the 3 terms was basically something that was the ultimate sacrifice for Kuma, right? To save his daughter, Bonnie. The 3 terms with this right here: he would be a Shishibukai, he would go into the modification of being a Terminator, you know, a cyborg, right? And then the 3rd term is that he would lose his individuality, he would lose himself. But at the same time, we already knew how crazy it would be for Kuma to do anything like this. And why exactly did Jay Garcia Saturn pick Kuma through all this? Maybe because what the Buccaneer race did to the royal families. They did something so massive and bad that maybe Jay Garcia Saturn is gonna punish Kuma for the rest of his life, because Kuma is the last survivor of the Buccaneer race. So he probably think he gonna take this man through the mud, bro. Or could it be deeper than that? Could it be that Jay Garcia Saturn knows about Bonnie's true nature, right? Who's Bonnie's true father is, right? And it's crazy to see that Kuma, right, is going to Mary Joyce and doing something on Mary Joyce for all of us to think like, bro, Kuma knows something about Bonnie's lineage. Kuma knows something, and he's there for a reason, right? I don't know if Kuma is trying to search for Jay Garcia Saturn there on Mary Joyce, because we already know Jay Garcia Saturn is on Egghead, right? And I know that Kuma don't know if he's on Egghead or not, but if he's trying to look for Jay Garcia Saturn, he's not there. So my next speculation is, will Kuma show up on Egghead and try to finish the job to pit Jay Garcia Saturn in the chokehold? That's something we need to look forward to in the next chapter. But as we see Kuma crying, basically saying that there's finally a way to save his daughter, he would do anything for her, bro. The tearful, joyful eyes of Kuma. And Jay Garcia Saturn topped the worst thing ever. Even if Kuma, right, violates these orders, he will have Bonnie be a slave. And Kuma been there. Kuma don't want his daughter to be a slave. And for Jay Garcia Saturn to say something like that, bro, like, he is on the next level. I see what Oda's doing. Mind you, readers, Oda is trying to have everybody around reading One Piece try to dislike Jay Garcia Saturn, because what's gonna happen to Jay Garcia Saturn, everybody's gonna love. When Jay Garcia Saturn get his, everybody will be happy, right? If Jay Garcia ends, that will be the most impactful thing that will happen in One Piece. Our 5 elders going down. And that's the only way I can say that this catastrophic thing is going to happen on Egghead, is one of the 5 elders being taken out by Straw Hat Luffy. And that's something that's going to echo throughout the world in years coming past now, right? Jay Garcia Saturn being taken out by Luffy. Luffy punching a celestial dragon. These things will echo out so far off in the land that nobody will forget that. And like I said before, the most devastating thing is that Kuma can't even see Bonnie grow up. She's cured now. He can't even check in on her. Like, the people, the nurses are there right now to check and see if Kuma's gonna come back, and he can't come back. So throughout this whole journey of Kuma being a cyborg, and throughout this whole journey of Bonnie actually being cured, these people came together. Kuma, Dr. Vegapunk, Kizaru, Bonnie, Shintomaru, all of them came together as one as things was going past, dancing like Nika over a feast. Days going past, months going past, they all coming to link with each other. And we see how sad Kizaru was when he had to fight Shintomaru, bro. We see that Kizaru actually has a heart, bro. We seen the fact that these guys break bread with each other during the times of Dr. Vegapunk turning Kuma into the first pacifistas, Dr. Vegapunk healing Bonnie, right? We see how things correlate with each other, and how we see why this is happening right now, why people are so sad. And Kuma's backstory, how everything is happening is so sad for Kuma. Like I said, this is one of the ultimate worst backstories, as in the most saddest backstory in the One Piece verse. Also, a few key things that we also have in this manga is that we do have X Drake coming in appearance. You know, he's with Sword now, but a young X Drake, you know, X Drake is one of my favorite characters. And then we see how Dr. Vegapunk really came up with the Stellas, right? He had to do so many things at once that he came up with things that would help him ease his mind, ease his day. Like, he was mentioning the things that the Stellas actually do while writing everything down. But we see how 6 months later, Kuma returned Bonnie back to Sorbet Kingdom. And we see this nurse, Alpha, is there to actually watch Bonnie while Kuma don't be there anymore. And we see how she threatened Kuma, right? A neck can be broken just like this in front of Kuma. Like, that's just a child. Like, this is one of the most saddest moments in the world, where Kuma said, "I'm glad you was born, Bonnie." The same thing Clap said to Kuma. Oda knows how to write sad stories. Oda knows how to make his readers feel these characters' emotions and pain. Like, I felt this emotional pain between Clap and Kuma, and to see that Kuma chose Bonnie living and to never see her again, right? To make sure that she's alive, though, that is the ultimate father. He is a great father for that. He chose to make sure that she lived and to never see her again, right? But as you can tell, things do happen over time. So I don't know if Kuma came back and checking in with Bonnie, but during this flashback, we probably get Kuma whole flashback until the certain time when he's on Mary Jo, is what it seemed like. Because at the end of this chapter, it seemed like Kuma was on his way to Windmill Village in Goa Kingdom. I don't know if Kuma was checking in on Nika himself, or was it like, did Kuma know about Nika? Because I'm pretty sure maybe Kuma knew about the Gum Gum Go No Mi and the true Gum Go No Mi. After Kuma left Sorbet Kingdom and left Bonnie there, we see how the rest of the Shichibukai react to Kuma being one of the Shichibukai also. So we seen Gecko Moria, we seen Crocodile, we seen how Ace and Jinbei was on Whitebeard shit, bro. Like, the best reaction ever. We see how they fought each other, you know. Man, listen, Ace and Jinbei was neck and neck during the fight, man. It's like they're both equals almost. But the crazy thing about it is that we seen how everything is playing out, and where Kuma relies to next, and how he's taking answers and missions from the Navy and the world government for being a Shichibukai. Like, all of it is playing a part now. So like I said before, we might just get the whole flashback up until the current timeline when he's on Mary Joyce right now. And I feel like definitely in those panels when the Shichibukai is reacting to Kuma being a Shichibukai, we have to see what Dragon's thinking. Dragon is feeling like, if Kuma's gonna be a Shichibukai, that means Dr. Vegapunk couldn't deal with them to be that. That was not a choice that Kuma wanted. He knows Kuma throughout, so I'm pretty sure that he knew that that was an obligation that Kuma had to do to save his daughter, and that's something that he's gonna do to save his daughter. But if we think about it more in depth, I know well that Kuma is gonna look up to the person Nika, just like how Clap looked up to Nika. Clap made sure that Kuma looked up to Nika because he was gonna free all the slaves, liberate everybody that need to be liberated. So I'm pretty sure that maybe Kuma is actually on the way there to probably find the real Nika, to see the personality of Nika, to watch Nika grow up, right? That's why I think that Kuma was also there when he fought Gecko Moria. Now, if things would have went left, I'm pretty sure Kuma would have helped Luffy. But Luffy did his part in beating Gecko Moria. I'm pretty sure that Kuma was always there on the side in the background of Luffy adventure, because of the simple fact that we seen Kuma actually a little too much now. I'm pretty sure Kuma was making sure that Luffy was gonna be okay. And that's one thing what best friends do, because I feel like Kuma and Dragon became best of friends. Kuma was right there along this whole time, watching Luffy grow and making sure he's all right. Just like how, you know, on Sobeodi, he made sure that all the Straw Hats was good. The guardian angel was always Kuma. One thing this chapter did was give more light unto the negotiations between Kuma and Jay Garcia Saturn, right? We seen it firsthand what the orders actually was for Kuma to cure Bonnie, and why Kuma was the first pacifista. Kuma essentially signed the deal with the devil, right? But to a certain extent, now we have to figure out exactly what the negotiation between Kuma and Dr. Vegapunk was, because of the simple fact Kuma didn't lose all his individuality, his will, and his mind. He didn't lose all of it. So what Dr. Vegapunk actually did, what Dr. Vegapunk actually told Bonnie, right? Because Bonnie's and Dr. Vegapunk are cool now. So what Dr. Vegapunk told Bonnie is essentially what we need to know now. Those are the answers that we need to make us feel reassuring about Kuma and reassuring about Bonnie. Because with Kuma right now, in the state that he's in, we know that he has a will to run away from Akainu, right? And to really trash Mayor Joyce. I'm telling you right now, there's so small things that still need to be carried on that will be answered next chapter and chapters after that, because I'm pretty sure that we're not going to stay too long in this flashback with Kuma. Right now it's moving rapidly, so we already got a young Luffy, already ate his devil fruit, and we see that Kuma is on East Blue, right? We've seen this already, so we're going to see exactly, I think, in my opinion, that Kuma was always there looking after Luffy. All right, amazing chapter 10 out of 10, amazing revelations for this chapter. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe to get more of me and more One Piece. Love you. Love yourself. Stay safe. Peace.